Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. Live look over to Governor's Drive this morning. Governor's Drive 431, whichever you'd like to call it. A little bit of snow on the ground. We're getting ready to get to the top of Montesano here at this point on Governor's Drive. And we did pick up a little bit of light snow last night across much of North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. A lot of that light snow was most realized east of the I-65 corridor, and I think our friends over in Northwest Alabama are more than okay with that. Y'all have seen your fair share of ice over the course of the weekend, so I'm sure you're happy to share a little bit of snow with the rest of us. Now, it was a nice dry snow, so it didn't necessarily make matters worse across the area in the locations that picked up on the snow because it was a dry snow. And there was a difference between a dry snow and a wet snow. This particular snow was relatively light. It was relatively dry. It did not contain a lot of moisture. If we had gotten a lot of this dry snow, it really would not have been great snow for building a snowman. And that's typically the benchmark when talking about dry snow or wet snow. Dry snow is not good for building a snowman. Now, it does seem that the roadway is relatively passable. A couple of cars moving out and about here and there, going north and south this morning. We would be looking north up into the city of Huntsville. So the cars kind of coming at your TV screen. They're going to be traveling south, heading up and over Montesano and then down into Owens Crossroads. Traffic moving slower this morning here on Governor's Drive, but otherwise what cars are going by this morning seem to be doing so rather smoothly. Now, if we look at the Parkway, I have heard the Parkway is back open, and the cars traveling on the Parkway seem to kind of confirm the fact that the Parkway is back open. Now, if you think about the fact, well, you're looking at the Parkway and there's not near as much snow. Maybe you see a little bit there in the grass, maybe a little bit of snow there on the side of the road. I want you to think about something. We'll go back to this specific view here, Governor's Drive 431. This specific view is much higher in elevation than our view of the Parkway. So the snow that's sitting on top of Montesano is going to stick around a little bit longer compared to the snow that fell here late last night, early this morning. Parkway seems to look good. Parkway looks nice and dry this morning. And again, it seems to be open. Cars moving steadily by. That car seems to be moving at the speed limit. A couple of cars, they're moving at what appears to be the speed limit. We're looking southbound on Memorial Parkway. Now, that said, I would anticipate there's still going to be some patchy black ice across the Tennessee Valley as you head out and about this morning. So bear that in mind if you are going to be going out. The black ice is going to be with us for probably the next 2 or 3 hours. So just be careful. Don't use your cruise control if you're going to be going out and about this morning. Increase your following distance. I tend to find that the first two things are maybe a bit of an obvious statement. This one I tend to think a lot of people aren't necessarily familiar with. Accelerate and brake slowly. And when I say brake slowly, if you happen to find yourself sliding on a patch of black ice, you want to pump the brakes. You don't just want to slam on the brakes, because if you were to slam on the brakes, that's actually going to make matters worse. So you kind of want to lightly pump your brakes and allow your car to kind of come to a gradual stop that's going to be much easier for you. And of course, you're going to want to stay calm and steer into the skid. And while you're steering into the skid, you're going to want to lightly pump those brakes, just kind of so your car gradually slows down. If you were to slam on your brakes, it's actually going to make matters so much worse. Radar looks nice and quiet this morning, picking up on a little bit of ground clutter. Don't worry about that. Now, I have seen a couple of reports of a couple of light snow flurries across the Tennessee Valley. Wouldn't be the least bit surprised. Again, it's going to be a very dry snow at this point. We don't have a very moisture-laden atmosphere, so whatever is falling from the sky is going to be incredibly light. It's just going to add a really nice, pretty look to the Monday morning. A lot of the kids are home from school. A number of folks are home from work. I know the Arsenal here in Huntsville, they promoted working from home today. So maybe if you get to enjoy a little bit of snow flying through the air, it'll add some good notes to your Monday. Otherwise, we have no precipitation in the forecast. We're going to be dry through the rest of the work week. We're going to be dry as we head into the weekend. And then it even looks like we're going to be dry as we head into the early part of next week. The big item of note this morning, just how cold it is across the Tennessee Valley. If you are going to be going out, you're going to want to bundle up, maybe even let your car warm up for a few minutes before you head out the door. 13 degrees right now in Pulaski, 15 in Florence, 17 in Moulton, 17 in Coleman, 16, 18 for both Athens and Decatur, 17 degrees right now at the Huntsville International Airport, 17 in Scottsboro, 17 over in Fort Payne, 16 degrees right now in Albertville. Now here's the problem. Our road temperatures are still relatively low. Pavement temperatures sitting in the mid and upper teens. So it is certainly going to be within the realm of possibility that we're still looking at a little bit of black ice. It's also just a touch on the breezy end of the spectrum, so that's going to help get the black ice out of here. I also think we're going to get a little bit of sunshine as we head into the later part of the morning, so that'll also get the rest of the black ice out of here. But I really show you pavement temperatures to show you that black ice is going to be possible across the Tennessee Valley because our pavement temperatures are so low. 21 right now in Huntsville, 23 in Coleman, 17 and 19 for Pulaski and Fayetteville, 17 in Russellville, 22 degrees over in Fort Payne. Now, these numbers are going to be a little bit different than air temperatures. Air temperatures are measured about 6 to 9 feet above your head. Pavement temperatures are measured as close to the surface as possible. The sunshine's going to return this afternoon, but it in no way, shape, or form helps us warm up. Temperatures only climbing into the mid and upper 20s. I've got a high temperature right around 27 degrees. It has been a while since we've been this cold across the Tennessee Valley. If we only see a high temperature of 27 degrees, it'll be the coldest day we've seen since January 21st of 2025, so just over a year since we've been this cold in the afternoon. But hey, at least we're going to get to enjoy maybe a little bit of sunshine. Cold weather advisory is going to be with us until 12 noon this afternoon. It'll expire for about 12 hours, and then it'll be reissued as we head into the overnight tonight and then early on Tuesday morning. It is going to be a cold night once again, 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Tuesday for that cold weather advisory. Cold weather warning in effect for Giles County up in southern Middle Tennessee. Why are they under a cold weather warning? Everybody else under a cold weather advisory. It's pretty simple. They're not going to be colder than everybody else. They're going to be the same as everybody else, but those of us under the cold weather advisory are under the jurisdiction of the National Weather Service office here in Huntsville. Giles County under the jurisdiction of the National Weather Service office up in Nashville. Look at these temperatures as we head into the overnight. We have no problems dropping into the upper single digits across all of North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. 6, 7 degrees certainly going to be possible up in southern Middle Tennessee where maybe they've still got a little bit of ice on the ground. 6, 7, 8 degrees over in northwest Alabama. That's going to be possible. 6 to 8 degrees over in northeast Alabama. Everybody else kind of across the heart of the I-65 corridor, 565, kind of the central portions of North Alabama, probably 8, 9, 10 degrees. That's all the lower we're going to get. It's still incredibly cold, but I'm trying to say that there are portions of the area that are going to get so much colder, like southern Middle Tennessee, like far northwest Alabama and far northeast Alabama. The rest of us dropping to 9 or 10. It's also been a while since we've been this cold across the Tennessee Valley, so you're going to want to prepare for it. Tonight is definitely going to be one of those nights when you want to let your pipes drip, even if your house is on a slab. Normally having a house on a slab is a bit beneficial to you. I'll probably let my pipes drip in my home tonight, and my house is on a slab just because we are going to get so cold. It's going to be the coldest night we've seen so far this season. As a matter of fact, if it gets as cold as it's supposed to tonight, it would be the coldest night recorded at Huntsville International since January 22nd of 2025. You remember that stretch of like 2 or 3 days we had last year, January 21st, 22nd, and I believe the 23rd, where it was just unbelievably cold? Yeah, it kind of seems just over a year later at this point. We are replicating that. Now, we are going to be a little bit warmer as we head into your Tuesday, and this is going to be fantastic news for the folks up across southern Middle Tennessee and northwest Alabama specifically, because we are going to rise above freezing tomorrow afternoon. We're obviously not going to do it today. That's already been long established, but we are going to do it tomorrow. Temperatures are going to climb into the mid and upper 30s. Plenty of sunshine tomorrow afternoon, so we are going to get some significant melting across the Tennessee Valley. That'll be really nice. And then as we head into your Wednesday, much the same, mid and upper 30s. And then a couple of folks could actually see temperatures in the lower 40s. Coming up tonight on Fox 54 News at 5:30 right here on Fox 54 and Fox 54 News at 6 over on Fox 54 Plus, I'll give you a complete look at the 7-day forecast. And then coming up right here on Fox 54 News at 9 o'clock in the morning, I'll provide you with another temperature update. I know that's going to be a big talker this morning. I'll also provide you with another look at Governor's Drive 431, and we'll just kind of talk about road conditions across the Tennessee Valley. They do seem to be improving, but I'll provide you with further updates at the top of the hour.